Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Concordia by Mac Gerdts. And this game was actually recommended to me by Luke Laurie of League of Game Makers. We were talking and he was like, have you played this game? It is my new go-to game. And I was like, no, but I'm going to buy it immediately because you make good recommendations, sir. And I did, and boy, this game is fantastic. I think technically I played it on like December 20th, 24th, 26th, 28th, probably all of them. And but I'm going to think of this as my, it's from 2014 obviously, but I'm going to think of this as 2016. This is the best game I've played so far, but it is excellent. It is actually oddly a game that for me is a fantastic step beyond Settlers of Catan, or in particular, and you might not think of it because of the way the box looks, Ticket to Ride. I think if you have some early gamers that come over and family who are willing to play Catan or willing to play Ticket to Ride, and you want to keep moving them down the train, this is that game. This is that game that is going to take them one step further into the, into the rabbit hole, if you will. Now look, this is a gigantic board. And box, mind you. Not a big fan of the box that doesn't fit this, but huge board, double-sided. There have been some expansions that have additional layouts. I've already purchased a couple. But let me just tell you what the hook is here, why this game works, okay? It's Roman Empire. I've been to this theme a number of times, but what you're doing is you have settlers starting in Rome, or colonists, who are going to all these nations around Rome, and you have colonists that walk and you have colonists that sail, and you travel the map with these guys, and you are setting up settlements at different locations, all of which produce different goods. You have brick, wheat, or food. You have an anvil, which is tools, a cloth, and wine. And all these great goods are produced, so you are settling to get goods, and goods to settle to build up your empire and have the most victory points at the end of the game. Okay? That is not uncommon. Here's what's so special about this game. All the players start with the same deck of cards. And these represent personalities or people or things that you can do as your action. And on your turn, you play one card. All you do is you play one card and you take the action. The cards say what they are. It's super simple. It's in that Ticket to Ride way where you're like, well, I lay tracks, or I draw, or I get new goals. It's like I expand, or I go to the market, or I do all these simple things represented by your cards. And so you can, again, you can expand and build, or you can purchase new cards. There are cards laid out here, and you can use a senator to get more cards, which gives you more options in your hand and unique abilities. You can use your prefect to get your locations that you have settlements on to produce. You can go to the market, as I mentioned. You can use your diplomat to copy anyone else's card, which is great because maybe you want to go to the market again. Or you can use a tribune, which is to collect your cards again. So I have a set of options. I'm using them one per turn each round, and I have a decreasing set of options until I use my tribune, and there's an advantage. The more cards that are played when I use my tribune, the more it's worth, that kind of thing. It works so well. The flow is fantastic. You just play, and it's like, oh, it's my turn again. Oh, it's my turn again. There's not a lot of player-to-player interaction, but there's a lot of board dynamic and positioning and pressure on what everyone else is doing, where there's this great escalating tension, this desire to want another round to do what you need to do, much like Ticket to Ride, where you're like, oh, if I just have a little more time, I'll be able to do this. The last neat thing is you score for all the ways you'd expect: number of settlements, how much gold you have, or hysteri, how broad your settlements were, how many of these resources types you've acquired, that kind of thing. How many settlers you have or colonists. But the other thing is each one of the cards represents those categories. And so, for example, Jupiter. This is the one that for every 10 gold you have at the end of the game, you get a point, victory point. So you've got 60, you get 6. But as you're acquiring more cards, each card has different bonuses. So if I end up having 2 of those guys, or 3 or 4, that's 6 times 2, or 6 times 3, or 6 times 4. So as you're playing, you can start acquiring action cards that not only help you play, but give you value for the way you're playing. And it just works. It's got all these pieces. It's got gold. It's got resources. It's got a big, gigantic board. But the instructions are simple. They're easy to learn. Play is fast. I've played this with new players, and you explain it, they get into it, and then they love it. They want to play again. I can't recommend this enough. You know, when I get a game and I've played it like 4, 5, 6 times since I've purchased it, it's great. So thank you, Luke. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. More importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.